of the day as it appears on the order paper.
Speaker, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Shibambu.
Please want to beg your indulgence. You are preempting things that were not rising here to raise. We have indicated that Mr. Jacob Zuma has resigned, and we're making a proposal that as political parties, we should be given a minute or two to respond to his resignation, to make remarks that we note his resignation so that all of us here in Parliament express a statement in terms of what has happened. So that is the proposal that we had made, but because you had preempted us, you thought we're going to raise the issue that you have responded to now. That is the second part of what we're going to deal with. Now we're dealing with the issue of the resignation. May we please be allowed to respond to that?
Honorable Shibambu, this morning you were represented in the Joint Program Committee. You were also represented in yesterday afternoon's National Assembly Program Committee. Those matters were not raised by your representatives. And so it has been agreed in the structures of the Joint Program Committee and the National Assembly Program Committee. And today's business is about the election of the president. And therefore, honorable members, I now proceed.
Speaker, when we raise our hands orderly, you don't recognize us. And the next thing, when we stand up to speak here, you're going to be complaining. We are raising our letter. Wait, Lindy, where we know you are singing for supper. Wait, man. Please, Speaker.
Honorable Malema.
Ramaphosa has recognized you a long time ago. Don't worry. Speaker, we think that we are not in a correct position to elect the president because Constitutional Court has made certain findings against this parliament. And therefore, an illegitimate parliament which has violated the Constitution and did not execute its responsibilities cannot be the one that elects amongst itself a person who is accused of the same things, because when the Constitutional Court says we failed as parliament to execute our responsibility, they include all of us here. And therefore no one should emerge from amongst us to stand for position of a president. We strongly feel that we must dissolve the 5th parliament, then go to the elections. And if people are not scared,
you are out of order.
If people are not scared, let's go to the elections.
I've already ruled
Let's not make some elite packed arrangement here.
Honorable Malema,
let the masses of South Africa choose their president, and not some elite which meets here
Honorable
and choose
Malema,
president amongst themselves.
Honorable Malema,
Speaker,
take your seat.
If you insist on proceeding with the election of the president, you are engaged in an unconstitutional process which will be later challenged. This ones was these ones.
Honorable
they were doing
Malema,
the same thing when we were telling them about
Honorable
Zuma,
Malema, I've asked you again and again to take your seat. As I've said,
Madam Speaker,
that issue must be raised in the form of a properly constituted motion. And I'm not allowing members to abuse this sitting. I'm really pleading with you, Honorable Gadi, please take your seat.
Madam Speaker, on a different matter, you will recall that the Chief Whip stood up and requested that courtesy demands that each leader of a political party respond to the announcement that we have made of a resignation. Secondly, the resignation letter is not published in the ATC. We request at least it was not there in the morning. Can you read it for us, Madam Speaker? Because we don't trust that man at all. We can't even trust him in his grave, that one. So just read for us
Honorable
that letter.
Gadi,
The letter.
Honorable Gadi, there's still going to be a debate. You will be able to express yourself as broadly as possible on major issues that you want to express about the resignation and the sitting and the choice of a new president.
Speaker.
I really
Speaker, order.
appeal to you, honorable members.
Speaker, even on this morning, I even asked you, where is the letter from Zuma?
I announced that we have received the letter.
No, Speaker,
We
because
will
now
publish
it must be
in
on
the
record.
ATC.
Can we see the letter? Can you read the letter to us and to the nation? We want to see the letter, Speaker, and give each and every political party to speak on that letter, Speaker. Don't rush things.
Honorable Hlengiwe Mkalipi, please cooperate with the chair. Please,
Speaker.
honorable members
Speaker.
of the EFF, cooperate with the chair.
We just want to put it on record, Speaker, that we cannot be part of an illegitimate, illegal process. And Mr. Ramaphosa, things like Lindiwe Zulu, if you listen to them, you must ask the one who came before you. He listens to ill advice from illiterates, like things like this.
Hambani, you may call us illiterate. Pumani. Hambani. Yes. Mabahambe vele. And they call me illiterate when they are the ones who are illiterate. Never when we
honorable member.
Bye, Ginger.
Lindiwe ikhulile conference thula ngeke usaba minister thula
Order.
ngiyokoropa.
Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Steenhuisen.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much, and I appreciate the undertaking you've given regard to the Section 50 notice. You'll be aware that that motion is before your office in the name of a member of my party, and we trust that the undertakings that you've given here today to raise that matter above the line by the Programming Committee next Thursday will be heeded. It is a constitutional motion, and it must be afforded due preference. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Steenhuisen. I note what you have said. Now, honorable members, the House will now proceed to the election of the new President of the Republic of South Africa. The Constitution requires the Chief Justice to preside over the election. I now invite the Chief Justice to take the chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me begin by reiterating that the purpose of this sitting is to elect the President of the Republic of South Africa as envisaged by Section 86 of the Constitution. It is necessary to make sure that there is no lapse and that nobody is left with any doubt in relation to compliance with the prescripts of the Constitution, and I therefore begin by reading Section 86 of the Constitution. It reads, "At its first sitting after its election, and whenever necessary to fill a vacancy, the National Assembly must elect a woman or a man from among its members to be the President. The Chief Justice must preside over the election of the President or designate another judge to do so. The procedure set out in Part A of Schedule 3 applies to the election of the President. An election to fill a vacancy in the office of President must be held at a time and on a date determined by the Chief Justice, but no more than 30 days after the vacancy occurs." Now, I suppose it's enough for me to give an assurance that I have seen the letter written by the President, duly signed, to the effect that he's resigning with immediate effect. But maybe let me read it out. Dear Madam Speaker, it's dated the 14th of February 2018. In the office of President of the Republic of South Africa. This serves to inform you that I have tendered my resignation as the President of the Republic of South Africa as per the attached Presidential Act. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, all members of Parliament and the public at large, for giving me an opportunity to lead this country from 2009. Yours sincerely, Mr. Jacob Gedlehlekisa Zuma, President of the Republic of South Africa, and it is signed. And as for the Presidential Act, it's entitled Presidential Act number 24. I, Jacob Gedlehlekisa Zuma, hereby resign as President of the Republic of South Africa with immediate effect. This decision will be communicated to the Speaker of the National Assembly. This decision is recorded in terms of Section 101, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996. Given under my hand at Pretoria on this, the 14th day of February, 2018, President, and then it is signed. I also confirm that I received notification to this effect duly signed by the Speaker, and in response, I send a letter to her, a communication titled Election of the President of the Republic, and it reads, in order to fill a vacancy created by the resignation of President J.G. Zuma and acting in terms of Section 86(3) of the Constitution, I've determined that Thursday, 15 February 2018, and 1400 hours will be the date and time on which a new President of the Republic of South Africa will be elected. With kind regards, I've signed, Chief Justice of the Republic of South Africa.